honest. So maybe I shouldn't be playing these games, but I kind of just want to. Just gonna go with the larger size here. I think this hand's too weak. I don't think there's any need to fold. Good luck, me. Variance should be decently high in these games, but I kind of want to play poker, so we're going to play. But if I lose a couple binds, I'm probably just going to get off, boys. I just want to play, and I keep looking at the lobbies, and there's just nothing going on, so I just want to play. Can open this. Maybe I shouldn't have tanked, because my hand's marginal. Maybe that makes it more likely to 3-bet me. I don't know. Obviously, I was never thinking about opening. I'm just trying to be balanced with my tells. Obviously, I doubt it mattered. Okay, okay. Why does maybe what is the lore behind this guy having a sick kids hospital? Yeah, we need to be focused in terms of just I was just gaming, so let's open this table and let's open this. But I don't think I'm gonna do anything but besides play these 2Ks, guys. I don't think it's plus EV in the spot to play a 500. It's just adding half a big to my win rate is going to be more productive than the hourly at the table. So what do we got here? Multi-way. Snap call. It's probably a bad matchup. I think like deuces doesn't really do well versus low pocket pairs, for example. The question is, do we bet? I think 43 VPIP player. Is he always this high VPIP? Yeah, then I think we bet. Obviously, it could be a pocket pair and we could be value winning, but I think equity null is worth it in itself. We're just gonna check on this card. And hopefully it's just like ace-x. Oh. It's good to know. We got a big spot here versus Ryan. I like half footer. Check on this board. I think this answer is always going to bet. We'll take a sec though. Obviously, in the obvious turn size here is overbet. The question is how big. I don't think it really matters. Depends how often you want to bet queen jack. I think it's this board where I think it's good to attack to push a lot of equity. It makes sense though. Like in position player, just on these draw heavy boards, just really benefits. I think 175 is also fine. Especially with like a blatant queen x advantage as well. And I think this is going to be a pure 4-bet. That's always nice. All right, let's turn our streamer mode on. I think like there's some. I think versus cutoff with a rec, it's actually worth considering flatting here. But I think versus MP, Queen 10's just doing so bad versus MP. And also like, yeah, I don't think this guy squeezes. But 29% three bets. I know it's no hands, but it just proves it's on 0 or 5 or 1. You know, 29 is pretty big. I mean, same thing here. I think like honestly, the 3-bet thing makes flatting pretty unappealing actually. And I like overbetter check here. I think you can get away small. I think this hand could potentially merge because the 8 of clubs definitely wants to bet more, so we'll roll it. It's 44. I'm gonna check it. If I'm going 175, which I actually don't think is good here, it's actually fine to bet on the ace jack board. You don't have a 2-pair advantage. Like you both have ace jack. I don't know 1 here. I guess I'll just check jack 10. I think it's okay to be 33. The 8 of clubs, I don't think it really matters here. The 8 of clubs. Expect this card to be under bluff, so I'll bet it. This guy's a crazy I3 bet. Should I just call? I'll just fold because I don't know what's going on. And my hand doesn't actually play well. I can't imagine this hand folds. So you just gave up king high or something? Oof. I think I won the stone min this hand. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I know with 8 of clubs you're going to bet this hand way more often. I don't love it. It's like, I know for what it's worth, like, this is the downside of playing 175, actually. Like, it's like, I think I should just bet this hand, to be honest. Because the 8 of clubs, like, with the 8 of clubs, your checking is just naturally lower, because, like, when let's say I overbet here, he's going to fold out hands like 8-6 of hearts, which is just, like, more plus EV than if he would, in the check line, than if I have the 8 of hearts here, or the 8 of diamonds. Because then my hand's better in the check line on average. He's more likely to have an 8 of clubs hand, right? Like, 8 of clubs hands are just completely drawing dead, right, in the check call line, so... But 8 of hearts hands, 8 of diamonds hands, 8 of spades hands aren't drawing completely dead. So I think I could simplify to just betting that hand more often. But, yeah. But if I go 175, I just don't think I should really bet it that much at all. To the point where, like, even... Because what would that be? That would be, like, 1/3. Even if... Yeah. I'm going to call here. Oof. Pretty bad flop. 75 or check here. I think... It's fine to check this hand. I don't think it should bets very often. I'll play this check. Sorry, I don't know the Spanish. Fold here. Here when he checks back, I'm sure this hand is to bet sometimes. You probably want good suits though. Like I probably just do block folds. Like 7-6. Like if you were to give up anything on this board, it would be like literally my hand and the cards that contain cards in my hand, like 6-5 and 7-6 of my hand. So I can't imagine my hand bets that much. Also, not to mention, I think the line's over trapped. In the sense that like people, I feel like just say fuck it when they have anything outside of maybe the hands I mentioned. And I think the same logic applies to the river. I think like if you're usually in the check line, if your hand is bad on the flop, it's bad on the turn and bad on the river for always the same reason. Like it kind of follows the hand the whole way. Whereas like if this is his give up range because it's not betting the flop, then it's not betting the turn, then it's not betting the river. Now maybe I had an exploit here and he just has tens, but I'm sure I could roll. But I think like a specifically double bad suit is just fine to give it up. Now, obviously, it comes down to his like strategy on the spot. Like, if he's just gonna check jacks and tens really often and like nines, then like obviously I would rather just bluff sixes because then he's like really likely to have those hands. Yeah. Snap check from the sky. I think I'm just gonna overbet. I don't imagine he has many continues here. But in the recreational, I should play this in. Actually, but his 3-bet is so high that like, is it really worth it? Like, normally I would like to limp this spot because they don't raise enough, but I imagine this guy would. Let me link the hand, link the stream in my Discord. Let me link the stream in my Discord. What happened here? Big spots. Bruh. What just happened? How did he get ace-10 suited in pre-flop? This hand never folds forward. The card removal is too bad. A lot of the folding range is going to be queen and 10x, I'm assuming, so there's just no way that hand would ever. I think a queen especially is probably just bad. Like, he has 2 offsuit combos of queen x that aren't continuing. That's really the folding range. The suited stuff is just continuing most of the time. We'll roll here. 19. This hand's just never folding, so we're obviously just going to call. We'll see a good flop. I don't think he range bets. If you range bet small, like raise only is definitely just the best blind here. Bets fast. I don't mind raise only, but I think with this hand we can just flat it. Like, I do like raise only, but I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't range bet this board. So I think we should just flat it. Because like, if you play raise only, you're kind of losing if they play a checking range. It kind of defeats the whole purpose. Now, this card does play leads. But I don't think we would ever lead this hand. There's no way you wouldn't lead on this turn. Like, but I don't think it's like a range lead. I actually like leading for a larger size here, to be honest. If you have 10s of the heart, and then just like, because you don't really have a range, you just only have a range advantage regarding flushes, so it just makes sense to charge. Oh, it's really unfortunate. I wish I just flat. Nice hand. Okay, so another question is blocker check. Block probably makes more money. I imagine this is like really underbluffed in the reopen line. Maybe it's not. Bro, if he raises me, I kind of want to jam, even though my blockers are horrible. I'm gonna jam here. Even with terrible blockers. It's like so hard to have a bluff here that I think he might call me. I might fold. The raising range is quite strong. This guy's crazy. I kind of autopiloted this swap. But... like, I don't know how I have a hand that I block that has a heart, though. It's like... so I have to get creative, and I think he's probably less likely to raise with the 10 of clubs. Maybe you'd rather take ace 5. I don't know how I bluff. I'm definitely over bluffing because I'm just taking some shit, but it's... the 10 of clubs is like kind of good because he blocks it. Like, he wouldn't want to raise that because that's kind of my bluffing range. So then when he raises, he's less likely to have it because I float hands like queen 10, king 10 on the flop. More likely to, at least. That's just like really being niche here. I don't know if my hand's good, but... yes! So it's just really hard to have bluffs. So you have to have like fucking psycho nuts to pull that spot off. And it's like, from his perspective, like what hand am I blocking river? Because I'm like not gonna block like a pocket pair. So when I rejam, it just looks so fucking nutted. Like, definitely downside of being a streamer, because I think this is like a really, really well played line. That is like, I actually think it could be sim approved. Like, probably not because the 10 is probably bad, but the 10 of clubs is nice because I'm gonna float king 10, queen. I know the king's on the board. Like jack 10 with this versus most. I don't know if I could. Like, it's reasonable for him to think I could. Whereas like I'm not gonna float it without a backdoor flush draw. Not to mention we like unblock 10-9, which could potentially be part of his raising range as well. So I could really see this being sim approved, actually. I think you mix here, but on a low number, we're just gonna check. 10 high is just like so dog. And from these positions, it's really bad. A lot of your actually, it's still bad. Like you don't even raise 10s anymore. I mean, we can mix here. I'd rather just fold, honestly. It's like definitely like I have to call this sometimes, but I don't know. I don't think it's pure calling flop, so I'm just gonna fold it. Like obviously I'm in super big spots, but I kind of like high frequency raise in the spots. I think it performs a little bit better than just calling. The idea is when you have these cards, like the runner is like not also good for you. Like anytime I hit an ace or a king, it's like either bringing in a backdoor flush, like 2/3 of the time it's gonna bring in a backdoor flush out, or it's gonna be, yeah. I just think it's a like pretty good board for him. Like people will call a lot of their like connected stuff too, and like that's also performing pretty well on this board. Maybe this isn't an open because this guy's 3-bet's quite high. Bro, you definitely want to know what I have here. Maybe I should make this a YouTube video. How every players are Canadian because it's a Canadian pool. Tamer, I hate to say it, but I think this is gonna be a YouTube short. Especially if it's sim approved. If it's not sim approved, then it's not, and it's probably not. So, it's probably not. I think in practice it performs way better. Like sometimes everyone is so accurate, guys, that like just having the balls to just fucking bluff, even if your cards are the absolute best in spots where you're like not supposed to have good bluffs, it's like really easy to underbluff this board. So, yeah. Because like the initial block premise is it's all built around ace x. Like obviously I'm over bluffing. Like obviously like if I'm just taking every ace, like no shit spots. Like in theory, I think my hand is like the reason why I can see non-jamming it might be a better call. Because like if you really unblock bluffs and you're using that as an excuse to jam, it doesn't really make sense in re-raise spots, right? Because like that makes your hand better call. You obviously want to unblock the folding range, which I feel like I kind of do. And I actually think 10-9 could be a bluff, right? Like 10-9 of diamonds, 10-9 spades. It's like pretty good to raise here. It's like pretty apparent he has like 0 flushes and I have a lot of flushes, so we're like 6 flushes. But it's not really hard to have bluffs, so yeah. Also you can jam sets. Okay. This is like definitely more of my leak on stream. Where's this hand here where I just play it like super autopilot? I don't know. I don't know where it is. Bro, bluff for the YouTube shorts. Yeah. Next level bluff. Yeah, I'm ill for that. I'm glad it worked. If he just stops me over his king there, it just looks like bro, like what? Why the fuck do I even bluff in this shit game? Like how am I over bluffing every spot? Bro, I swear if I didn't stream though, my winner would be like fucking 8 big my tire. Because he would literally just never think I was bluffing there. Like, you know what I mean? But now it's like in this spot, I lose my edge. Basically, like, I don't know. Verse 2x you flat a lot of stuff. Like, it's in my opinion, it's on the small blind to punish the 2x open from the button. It's not on the big blind. And that's why people are spamming the 2x nowadays, because the small blind, people just don't really want to learn flatting ranges versus 2x, where, yeah. Because the big blind doesn't really gain that much big of an edge, but the small blind gets a lot of the EV from you playing smaller size. Because now they only got to play 1.5 bigs as opposed to, like, it's a big deal, so. I recommend, I need to study my multi-way spots, though. Like, I've been kind of slacking. First of all, because it's, like, usually there's always a recreational involved and stuff. It's not usually a reg battle spot like this. I'm going to have a lot of these, like, Jack 10 offsuit hands and Queen 10 offsuit, so I like the idea of raising. Bully's out a lot of his gut shot equity as well. Like, I'm going to have bluffs, so. If anything, it's harder to have value here than bluffs, so I think that means the value should really raise. And we're going to have a lot of, like, Queen 10 offsuit, King Queen offsuit, stuff that can just call. Because it improves on turns. Yeah. Oof. This spot's weird. I imagine it's just a good turn for the range, though. Like, it's still, like, it's just good turn for the range. So, like, I think we're supposed to bet it. Even though, like, our hand, like, considerably loses EV. I think just 75 makes sense. It's an okay turn for the range, I guess. Because actually, I don't know if we have 10-9 off that often, but I think this jack is too strong. Also, naturally, I think the spot's under bluff, so I think it makes more money from just betting. Because, like, when you check, it's like, I don't think people have too many bluffs in their range. So it's better. It's just going to perform better in the betting line. I think it's one of those hands. And you also block kind of the folding range with the 8. And you block kind of the bluffing range, actually. If he's going to bluff this spot, it makes sense he would bluff 8-9 and stuff. Bro, nice hand, bro. I need to learn these sizes. Like, low-key, I always wanted to play these sizes like that RS playing right now. But I think, like, I could easily play them. Like, I think playing heads up, I play them, so. It's definitely tough to play because there is something nice about being able to just bet thin. And if you bet too thin with the big size, your checking range is just an absolute joke. The thing that's exploitable about him, though, like, it's because I'm a streamer, guys. Like, you actually gain a lot of EV from playing these, like, really stupid lines into me. Because let's say he really weakens his checking range to the point where, like, I can just range triple off into him. He can literally just watch my stream, see me, like, massively overbluff a spot when he checks. Wait, let's just roll this. I think this hand continues. We don't really have offsuit 10x anymore, but we do have 5s and 4s. And he doesn't. So I do expect to play raises here. Like, the point is, like, we have hands that want to raise. That's basically all that matters. It's not like, oh, nut advantage. Do we have hands that want to raise? Yeah, so that means we can raise the bluff, because, for sure, I am going to raise this hand here. I think double over is just naturally better in the calling line. Like, if I call and it turns a 9, it doesn't really do shit for me. So, I'd rather just make the line a little bit more, like, I feel like it benefits the EQR of this hand. Also, like, when you have the 9, you kind of unblock folds, right? Because he's more likely to... Like, he has more folds with the queen, for sure. Right? So, like, if I had a hand like queen jack suited, it's, like, naturally better call. Like, king queen with the queen of spades is still folding. Even ace queen with the queen of spades is probably close, right? So, queen jack off, queen 8 offsuit with the queen of spades. Like, he doesn't really have, like, you know... So... Probably play for, like, 30 to 40 minutes to get a video out, because we'll probably make this a video. I mean, if I played limps, I would limp on a 34 here, but we're just gonna open. Especially deeper, I think limping is like less good. Actually, out of position, it probably doesn't matter. It's mainly in position that limping would be less good. It actually may become better, to be honest. Like, you probably just play less hands from the small blind and still keep playing 3x. That's probably the better way to approach being deeper. I gotta ask him. For content, because I gotta put it for the YouTube short. There's no way this is toxic because this guy owns me in every spot. So like, I hope he doesn't think I'm victory laughing, guys. This guy's up my net worth versus me. I would have 2x my net worth if he didn't exist. Okay, 19. I hope he doesn't think I'm being toxic. Ace-8 suited? Is he memeing? Like, he's such a clown. Honestly, it is a good merge line. By the way, to bluff that though. Like obviously it's not a merge. Like every bluff has to contain an ace. Like there's no way you could call a queen because this spot's quite odd actually. We double block checkbacks. This spot is just. I actually kind of like checking this simply for that reason. I expect almost every eight to reopen. It's just not that good in the check raise though. I think you have to bet this, otherwise your bluffing range is a joke. That's kind of the issue with not betting this hand. But I think like I blocked the calling range too with the ace-8. But that being said, I don't think you can never bet ace-8. It's like too common of a hand. It's too much of your ace-x, 8x, to the point I don't think we can raise because it's just going to be the under pairs too often. Exploitatively versus a range better though, guys, this is just naturally going to make money. It's like really tough to navigate the range bet strategy on these kind of spots because like you just have so many more bluffs than you have value if you bluffed everything. Now that being said, like obviously a guy like Ryan is going to capitalize off it. Let's say like, oh, I'm going to spam that because he overbluffs. He's just going to like probably bluff like a fair amount. But the main exploit he'll get is he'll just know that, and when I bet, I'm overbluffing. You know, so like that's kind of why you still have to be like honest because there's always another exploit coming. When you make one exploit, like you leave room in other spots. Well, you do all this grinding, and I feel like I'm playing really well just to run Jackson pre. This is the art of poker. Fold. Yes! Dude, I feel like Sun Tzu in his prime right now. I think this hand is too bad. Like, obviously, like, you could flat it, I think. But I don't really play too many flats versus 2.5. It's interesting to note, didn't he just play 2? I probably shouldn't say it on stream. I think like I probably should just like jam pre versus this guy, but I don't really want to do it because of the variance. So let's bum hunt. I mean, we'll just set mine. That's the word. Do you ever think about using a real mic instead of a headset mic? Yeah, I bought a real mic, and you know what's the worst part? It was fucking terrible. 2x here. Definitely, I think it's fine to flat this hand. Actually, deeper. Deeper it's okay actually as well. Deeper it's better. Sometimes like I'm get a little bit bad with understanding how deeper affects pre, but I think in this spot it's good because you're gonna flat stronger hands, so then you can flat weaker ones because you're just gonna flat more shit. Though out of position, I like obviously you play less hands deeper, but I think in this specific heuristic, you also 3-bet less hands, so I mean it's okay. I think this hand is just clearly calling. It's actually like this hand could easily turn into a bluff because the 10 is good. The thing is, the 10 doesn't really block his value. That's kind of gonna be the issue. It's just like really good with mine, so it's more of like a yeah. It's a really bad turn. I'm just gonna be folding now. I blocked the bluffs of the ace of hearts as well. So he's gonna bluff a lot of ace of hearts hands, like even more than ace jack, like ace 8, ace 5. Can just bet here with the ace of hearts, I think. We obviously do have queen jack offsuit, but because he's playing 2. So this like this board is overall pretty. Ooh, that's a really good turn. I'm gonna be greedy here. Nice one. I think like with the nut 10, I don't mind check jam. I'm gonna keep it a buck on that board. It's probably it's definitely exploitable, like to play this way, but yeah. Okay. Well, this is gonna be good luck us. I think I can fold actually. If he jams, I think I fold. There's just no way this hand is good to call. Like, I don't even think he jams ace king pure in his spots. So. You won't think you're being toxic. He's a super cool dude. Yeah, he's the coolest guy, man. I met him in person, like zero ego. This guy. Well, obviously like confidence, but like zero ego. Like, he's just a chill ass dude, bro. No glaze. Like I'm kind of glazing. Out of all the high 6 guys, I'd probably glaze him the most though. I feel the least bad about glazing because. I should just go huge here. The small raise shit is just terrible on this board. Oh fuck. Can I leave? This is actually a really good card for him. Kind of exploitatively want to do something here. Basically, the exploitative line is that this size is horrible, and it makes legitimately 0 sense. Yeah, that's the exploit. And I think if I just play this size twice, I get range called by every single card hand in his range. But I could be wrong. Too many spots going on right now. Yeah. But that feels bad. Who's button? I still didn't even check who button was. Oh, this spot's sad, bro. If this guy's 9s, I'm gonna be pretty sick. Yeah, it's 8s, whatever. You do all this grinding just to get set over setted. Nice hand. I mean, it's not set over set, but just flops 8s on 8-5-3. It's crazy. I mean, you block checkbacks here, but I don't know if it's that good in the XR. I don't know what to do with this hand. I feel like the 6 also blocks his bluffing range to an extent. This spot is so sick, man. I mean, the river I hate, but I don't think I can do anything but jam. Who's button? Like, I actually need to get the fuck out of here. Yo, good luck at the tails. Thank you, thank you. I'll probably be getting off soon. I just want to like film like a plane explain type video. I'll probably just use this VOD as a plane explain. Okay, I'm just gonna button him and then just check. Did I button him? It's my TFT account, boys. I think you just call here because you can make a... Let me ask him. He like doesn't care, but like I know some people care. I don't think he cares that much. I think you can just simplify it to probably just B33. This board is probably not the worst. Like you technically could range check or B33. It's like either's bad. Probably you have to size down a little bit, but this hand would I think likes playing the bigger size. It could also run XR this hand. This turn card is so good, it just makes me want to range bet it. I feel like the queen and the 9 block up the folding range. I mean, the queen especially, so I don't think this hand is that good to bet. Like, non-double over, like 9 is extremely bad, I think. It's just such a good card, but... First cold jam, I don't think I could fold this. Yeah, it's just going to be this too often. Alright, you know what? We might break even after set over set. It's a shame that happened, but... I meant set over pair. It was like the most boring stack you could ever win or lose. But I've been on the good end of them like the last couple thousand hands, so it is what it is. I'm really happy with the way I'm playing, I think. I don't know. Okay. We're just gonna mainly call this. Oof. Good luck us. Bro, this is just sick, because we're falling on the sword this hand. Does he play overbets or 1/3? I feel like he plays overbets. I know heads up he plays big size, but maybe he just doesn't in 6 max. I'm just thinking like the worst hand I want to bet, and I just want to pick the size based off that. Both players have a good amount of jack 10. He obviously has queens, right? Checking this hand is not the worst line. I don't like this size. I feel like he could jam as a bluff into it, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to mix 6-5 with queen queen such. It is what it is, but I really hope I win this spot. I think I'm just gonna call if he jams. It's like pretty easy to have a lot of bluffs. I think I'd rather not have an ace jack, like ace or 10 or jack or 10, because like he could just call jacks or 10s and turn it into a bluff because he blocks jack 10. Yes, he did that. Needed that. Let's go, chat. Dammer's running like shivers, man. This is the classic check, 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 and then when rep an overpair. Dude, if he blocks, I almost want to raise him because I feel like he might 3-bet bluff me. Pretty much the same thing as set over set. It's like an auto stack. Like, it's not as bad as set over set because when I jam queens, I feel like I won the hand. Like, let's say I had 8s and I jammed the river and he had 9s, that'd be pretty disgusting. But, like, things considered, like, at this level, that's just a stack. Like, I mean, there's no way I'm not getting stacked there. Like, this guy's not bad enough at the game in any metric for me to ever not get stacked there. But so like, yeah, so it's basically auto stack. That's what I call them. There's even some spots you just get dealt bluffs into the guy's nuts, I feel like. But I'll probably make this a public VOD because I don't think I've revealed too much. Because I'm playing at a higher stake, so I'm trying not to. Outside of the fact that I just went crazy with this bluff. Are you playing on your living room? Not living room. Could flat this, but I don't really play flats for 2.5. Mr. 2x, bro. I gotta start flatting this shit. Alright, approaching the 40-minute mark. I'm gonna wrap this up. Wow, bro. I just wanted to get some. I feel like guys. I feel like this was content. We're gonna do that. We're gonna review some of the hands now, but I'm gonna call it for now. I know. I've been barely playing, guys. These streams have been whatever, but I promise you, this is just only temporary. I'm just like more chilling right now, but let's look at the results for the session, and then we'll close this and we'll chill. I just wanted to get some poker in. I'm playing like 0 hands. Wait, is this all today? No. Okay, we gotta get rid of this. I'm just like, there's just no games running that aren't reg battles, so. Bro, we were up 2,000 and we ended up making 700. Honestly, making a profit despite the stacks. Honestly, we had like, here's the thing, guys. Like, this is always like pretty good RNG, because like, yeah, we get this bullshit spot. I mean, obviously the biggest hand of the day was like kind of like a sick line. I hope, bro, if this is winning in theory, like I'm gonna feel so good about myself. Even though like I don't think it matters. I think what matters is just finding bluffs. I feel like you got like a good player would agree with this spot. Like if my block, like there's gonna be no blocker or hand I can have here that's like that good. Because the reason why, chat, is the initial block itself when you're block raising has to make money. Like blocking tens here just doesn't make money, or like. I don't think it really makes money. I wouldn't be surprised if the sim could do it. And also, like, I don't know, people's human turn checking range is not going to be the same as, like, the real turn checking range here. So it's like, even a sim, like this is definitely an exploitative spot. But it's kind of unfortunate to lose it because I just show all my cards. But you know what? Whatever. Huh? I know the streams have been like disgustingly short, guys, but like I'm not gonna reg battle 2K for too long. I just want to chill. I just wanted to play some poker and get a YouTube video. That guy looks hard to bluff. Well, we bluffed him earlier. Redline Masterclass. What else did I want to look at? Oh, let's just close GG and let's look at some of these hands. I gotta do these like upgrade to ultra, guys. I gotta do it because I need to study out of the small because there's too much 2x Andes running around. It's like too trendy nowadays. They're just open 2x, and I'm not here for it. That being said, I feel like I do pretty well multi-way by being a pretty exploitative. All right, guys. What do you think? Punt or no punt? Do you feel as though you have a justifiable average over the other rigs, even though you were streaming? Well, I get higher rake back, right? So, yeah. And also, I'm not playing for the edge. Like, even if you think about it, like, even if I'm losing in that spot, like, let's say I'm losing 1 to 2 bigs per 100, 3 bigs per 100, like, in reality, like, I still think it's worthwhile to, like, play poker at a high level and, like, think about the game. Like, even if I have to pay $60 for 100 hands there. Obviously, the variance is going to be insane, but, like, I know I'm not losing that much because, like, how do I say this? When you have to worry about, like, you could be really losing to a guy is if, like, nothing you do ever works. Because then there's odds that he has shit that he's doing that works. But, like, there are lines I go for, there are things I do, or, like, I sense, that I feel like I'm making money in these nodes when I play them versus the guys. So even though they definitely have their nodes where they're making money versus me, I feel, and, like, obviously, like, the downside of streaming is, like, I'm less likely to keep my nodes that I feel like I'm winning in. Why is my fist just leaving me with 40? Guys, I'm sorry, okay? But, like, I'm gonna leave the VOD up, okay? Are we good? Like, I'm not gonna stream for as long, but the VOD is free. This VOD is free, okay? Think about it. Um... Thanks for the sub. Okay, wait, what is that? What is that? What is line? I, like, call 3-bet from hijack, right? And I roll low, right? Ace 10 is just... Oh, it actually can fold, right? I'm not gonna give him range bets because, yeah. To be honest, streaming 40 minutes almost daily is better than none at all. Dude, I wouldn't know. Honestly, okay, I wouldn't know, to be honest, but if I were to give you one, and you want an answer, you really want an answer, it's just experience. Like, that's probably, like, the biggest gap they have over me, is just playing at a high level and knowing what it's like. Like, like, if I were to go play, like, a 10K, or do the cash game world champ, like, I don't know what it's like, whereas they know it, they have the experience, so that would be the biggest edge they have. Now, like, I don't know, that's the only answer I could give you. If there was another answer, I would probably be, like, working on that to fix that. You know what I mean? I don't study those guys, their game really that hard, so I know I know you kind of want, like, a better answer than that, but yeah, you still raise here, but yeah, never raising extend with the club, I think, specifically. And now, okay, like, I was gonna call turn here if he bets. Theoretically, I think it's good. Exploitatively, because you're gonna see here. Okay, he's putter check, but you're gonna see here he bluffs less, I'm sure, with clubs. Wait, do we even actually No, you just fold back to your flush draw hands anyway. So never mind. This heuristic would be completely fake. That's kind of what I was, like, deep down thinking in game. I guess it matters with tens with the club. It's kind of what I was deep down thinking in game, but it might still be good mirroring, because if I have tens with a club and I fold everything else, then if tens is a bluff ever, then the mirroring is good. But actually, no, that's not true, because I'm... Oh my god, bro. How does he do it? But yeah, it's pretty obvious that this hand would bluff sometimes. I mean, like, this is the only hands you couldn't bluff. But this is why I think it's, like, probably overfolded, because it's weird that it's making, like, 6 bigs. It's a jam. Because we unblock his bluffs. But what's the main blocks we unblock? Is it just 10x? No. Oh, it has more to do with the ace. I guess he's just calling off some ace queen here, eh? Yeah. Like, it's just tough to flick in the ace queen call here. Ace king has to call. So. Obviously, I expect this spot to be like more overfolded than what he did here, simply because I think the raising range might be a little stronger than it should be. But yeah, I think overall it's like really hard to like imagine people find these bluffs enough. Like the average player just doesn't ever find this, so then I expect it to be overfolded. And also, like, even though this is what the solve versus my value range looks like, guys, like he could easily think I have traps. So, you know, like if he knew for a fact that this was my range, then I probably wouldn't bluff. But like, obviously, he could just think I'm trapping him. But okay, that's one hand to review. Is there another hand I have marked for review? This hand's kind of interesting. This one was just a pure exploit. It was like the classic, haha, I'm a noob. Because I think, okay, if I run this, I'm almost certain he's supposed to play a 10% lead on turn. Like, I'm almost sure he's supposed to lead like one big blind, at least. There's no way he's not supposed to lead turn here. Exploited. Like, there's no way. I might be wrong, but I'm sure it's a lead. Let's see it. Let's run it. Like, I think he's supposed to lead. And it kind of makes the hand a little troll. Because basically the idea is that, like, he's, like, naturally going to overfold flop, but, like, he has so much ace-x compared to me. Because, like, I don't even think, like, I'm definitely not supposed to even range bet board, so that means I'm naturally checking a little bit more ace-x, because ace-x hands are just naturally good in the checking line. But he doesn't fold a single ace. So, yeah, it's not a range bet, and naturally, like if we look at my blockers, what's going to be the highest checking card? The highest checking card is like, okay, ace x is up there. King x is a little bit more common because like actually like ace x can value bet like ace king and ace queen, you see, or like ace queen ace jack. It's a better example. Oh, see ace king as a king. So yeah, ace x actually does bet a decent amount. I think it's also for the reason like there's some mirroring going on, but. So he doesn't fold a single ace, except like you start to get around here because like you're running into like ace three is just doing pretty bad versus fours and stuff. That's kind of the idea. And then what is it? It's like offsuit ace, right? So it's gonna be zero lead, but if I give him 10%, I think it stuns. I think it would. I guess it doesn't that much. I thought it would more, to be honest. So, I guess it's not that bad. He doesn't have to lead. I'm not going to give him this, obviously. I like just stunning every time. I can understand because you don't really want to bet these hands. So, I get it. Why you wouldn't want to do it. Yeah, and obviously, theoretically, I know this is the line, right? Chat? Because look at the filter. We both have a lot of ace-x. And I know this is the size. Like, I 100% know this is the size. I'm not trolling. I know it's the size. Like, when I'm playing a game, I just want to go for a meme size because it looks like I'm a fish. This is my idea. If I go big, it's like such an apparent like okay, that's what I know I'm supposed to go that because like like you can protect your checking range with the ace, and then you could just go. But I go 75. I just know for a fact that he's just. I thought he would hero call everything. Like first of all, Jack 10 has to be mixing, 10 has to be mixing. I thought he was just gonna pure call, because yeah, and then. And then the river's a 5. And I'm probably supposed to jam my 9x. Honestly, I'm probably supposed to jam it. Yeah, we go for the pot. And he's definitely not supposed to fold an ace to pot. Yeah, he's supposed to fold a good amount. Is he supposed to fold with 6 of clubs? I think he is. The idea being is blocks by far the most amount of bluffs. Because it's the best bluffing hands on the turn. Because he has 6 of clubs. Like, he'll float the backdoor flush draws on the flop here that aren't in the range here. Like, for example, he's going to call a hand like Queen 6 here, but not of the 6 of clubs, right? Or King 6, not of the 6 of clubs. So by the time we, even Jack 6, not of the 6 of clubs, right? So then when we get to turn, when I hold the 6 of clubs, I'm going to be betting it more because I block literally 3 extra folds. But so that's going to carry over to the river. In theory, it like shouldn't probably carry over to the river that much but I think the idea is on the river you just bluff all of them. But if you were to like look, you would check this one though slightly more because you just have more of it.
Yeah, because if you have naturally more of a card, you just have to check it more. Like if you're playing versus a computer, obviously you're playing versus a human. It doesn't matter. They're not like no one on the river is thinking like, this guy plays his backdoor flush draw unblockers on the turn a little aggressively. I'm gonna call a little bit more, a little bit less when I block him. Like people are just more so thinking more or less like, is this guy hitting the overall frequency right? Because it's hard enough just to hit the overall frequency. So that's why like I like these little blocker things because I feel like you can get a little bit of an edge from them. I don't know how much it will ever net, but because like exploitatively, people are just not gonna really blocker counter you. So if you pick your frequency with your blockers, it like naturally will do well because people more or less are like more focused when they're in a spot of your overall frequency. So they're not gonna find these little like blocker tricks to counter your blocker strategy because like they're never gonna be able to know really. Even though I'm a streamer, I doubt they'll really be able to capitalize. But anyways, guys, that's all I got. I hope I made explain my thoughts good. But I'm gonna see you guys later. I'm gonna leave this VOD up.